How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be exploring which drill is the best drill that is under $100. I have 6 drills here. I think the cheapest one I got was $52, and the most expensive I think was $79. I think it was the Bosch, and it was on sale. Not on sale, I think it's right at like $99, something like that. I'll put the receipts and what they're selling for from the website somewhere in the video. We're going to essentially put these all through a bunch of tests and see which ones come out on top, and I will let you know at the end of the video, or you can just skip there and find out which one is the best and go from there. Enjoy the show.
So for the first test, we're going to be testing how long it takes to drive in 6 5/16 by 3-inch construction lag screws. First up here we have the Skil. So when you buy the Skil, it comes with obviously the drill, a 2.0 Ah battery, a charger, a Phillips 2-bit, and a belt clip. The specs on the Skil: 350 inch-pounds of torque, Gearbox 1 ratio 0 to 420, Gearbox 2 ratio 0 to 1450, clutch settings 17 plus drill. It has a 5-year warranty, and you can pick it up for $67.93 at your local Menards. So here we have the Worx Nitro 20-volt max half-inch drill. When you buy it, what you get in the box, you get the drill, 2.0 Ah battery charger, double end bit, and belt clip. The specs on this from the factory are 513 inch-pounds of torque, Gearbox 1 0 to 450 RPMs, Gearbox 2 0 to 1800 RPMs, 18 clutch settings plus drill mode, has a 3-year manufacturer warranty, and you can pick it up for $84.26. Now we have the Bauer 20-volt drill. When you buy this, inside the box you will find the drill, 1.5 Ah battery charger, and a tool bag. The specs on this are 450 inch-pounds of torque, Gearbox 1 0 to 450 RPMs, Gearbox 2 0 to 1700 RPMs, clutch settings 21 plus drill, manufacturer warranty 90 days. You can pick this up for $69.99 at your local Harbor Freight store. Here we have the Craftsman. When you buy the Craftsman, what you get inside the box is the drill, a 1.5 Ah battery, and a charger, and that is it. The specs on this are 0 to 400 in Gearbox 1, and in Gearbox 2 0 to 1500. Has 23 clutch settings plus drill mode, and a 3-year manufacturer warranty. To pick this up, you're going to be spending $59.99 at your local Lowe's. With the Hart, when you buy it, you will get the drill, a 1.5 Ah battery, the fast charger, a double-sided bit, and operator's manual. So kind of throw that in there for us. Specs on the Hart: up to 475 inch-pounds of torque, and Gearbox 1 your 0 to 450 RPMs, Gearbox 2 your 0 to 1750 RPMs, 24 clutch settings plus drill mode, and a 3-year warranty. This will set you back $59.99. So for this test, the Hart wins. It took the shortest time. It was 16.14 seconds. For the next lineup of testing, it is going to be 12 holes with an 1 1/8" Spade bit. Each bit is new. That is on the drill, just to make it as fair as possible. First up is the Nitro Worx. Done the test, no problem, no issues at all whatsoever. It did what it was supposed to do. Next up we have the Hart. Nothing but problems with this. It did manage to end up finishing the test. It took a long time. For whatever reason, when you hold the trigger down, you put any weight behind it, it would just stop. And the only way you could fix it was to take the battery out, put it back in, and then pull the trigger, and then it would start working again. That was the only way. You could go in either direction, pull the trigger, nothing would happen. So that was the Hart. Next up is the Skil. This is the first drill I've had to start smoking on me during a test. You can see it's doing the same thing as I was with the other drills. Just for whatever reason, the Skil was not having it. I actually started noticing a god-awful smell before it started smoking. It just, no matter what, it was struggling. You can see right here kind of the smoke coming off of it. And keep in mind, this drill is not even a week old, and it's been used maybe once or twice before this testing. And the reason I took the temperature, I'm not sure if it was still included in the video, but the temperature was like 144 degrees. The Craftsman was going at 144 and it was running just fine. Had no issues, wasn't smoking at all, nothing like that. It did manage to drill one hole in Gear 1, but I ended up stopping this test purely because there was no way the Skil was going to make it through this test without burning up, in my opinion. So that's why I stopped it and didn't force it to finish the test. The Bosch went through the test again, no problems with the drill, really. I mean, there was some stop and go here, but I mean, you're gonna have that with any drill for that matter. Other than that, like I said, no issues with the drill. It done what it was supposed to do. I'll go ahead and cover the Bosch as well, since I ran out of time on the first one. When you buy the Bosch, you get the 18-volt charger. You get 2 batteries, not just one. You get 2 with the carry bag and, of course, the drill. The specs on the Bosch: 480 inch-pounds of torque. Gearbox 1, 0 to 480 RPMs. Gearbox 2, 0 to 1800 RPMs. Clutch settings 20 plus. Drill mode has a 3-year manufacturer warranty, and it's going to set you back $79.99 at your local Menards. Next up, we have the Bauer. Again, nothing but problems with the Bauer as well. For whatever reason, it was just with the trigger. It would go, you'd give it a little bit of pressure behind it, and it would just stop. And then it would be back and forth in between directions, pulling the trigger just until it started working again. There towards the end, it just got to the point where no matter what you did, you just had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until it decided to work again. So that's why it took forever to do this test with the Bauer, just because the trigger wouldn't allow it. with the Craftsman, it went through the test, no problems. You'll see in the video I kind of stop it. It looks like I stopped it prematurely. I lost count when I was drilling holes, so I ended up drilling a lot more than I needed to. So I just stopped it at the 12-hole mark. So as far as test results go, the Worx ended up beating the Craftsman by 0.10 seconds. So it was a pretty close one, but the Worx took the lead on this one. Next up, we have 60 inch and 5/8 inch coarse drywall screws timed. First up here we have the Worx Nitro. It completed the test in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Followed by the Bosch. It completed the test in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. The Skil, it completed the test in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The Hart, it completed the test in 3 minutes and 5 seconds. I would like to go ahead and apologize for the awkward silence in between some of these clips. When I was doing my testing, I had my radio playing, and I had forgot to turn it off, so therefore I can't allow the audio of the drill in the background. So I don't, because if so, I'll get copyrighted, and I don't want to experience that. Next up here we have the Bauer. It completed the test in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Sorry, I got lost there on my spreadsheet. I apologize for the big ol' stopwatch in the videos in some of these clips. These were taken from my first ever video, so I didn't realize I could do a time code or timestamp on these videos, and I've now realized I can, so the stopwatch won't be used in any more videos going forward. Here we have the Craftsman. It completed the test in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. So for the most part, it was pretty close amongst all the drills. The Worx ended up winning. They had about a 10-second lead, so ended up winning that challenge. For the next test, what we have is 4 3/8 by 3 inch hex lag screws. All the drills are putting them in Gearbox 2, not Gearbox 1. So first up we have the Worx Nitro. It done it in 27.03 seconds. It had 2 inches was the closest, and 2 inches and 1/8 was the farthest, as far as the bolts still left sticking out. As far as the Hart goes, it was 7/8 closest with 1 1/4 inch farthest, and it took 1 minute and 3 seconds. Again, the reason this took so long was because of the trigger ordeal. Again, I try to put it in the video so you guys can see it. No matter what, you have to take the battery out, put it back in order to get the trigger to work. I think it's yeah, I guess, I don't know. It was very aggravating to say the least. So with the Bosch, I did mess up that first bolt. I still had it in Gearbox 1 from a different test, so that is invalid. So that was not used in the measurements. As far as the Bosch goes, though, it took 30 seconds, and it was 1.7" was the closest, and 2 inches, well, 2¼ inches was the farthest for the Bosch. For the Skil, this is laughable to say the least, and I guess you could say expected at this point. It took 34.08 seconds. It was 2¼ was the closest, and 2½ was the furthest. You can see on there, it got to the point where it wasn't even budging any of them. And I was afraid it was going to catch fire in my hand again as well. Not again, but start smoking on me. Which is always calls for a good time when your drill gets a little spicy. So here we have the Bauer. It done it in 1:31. And again, it started running into the trigger issues of just pull the trigger, nothing, wait a few seconds for it to decide what it wants to do. It was pretty close. It was all about right at around 1 inch out. So they were pretty consistent. So for the Craftsman, it done it in 28.84 seconds with 1 inch still remaining. Like I said, it was also pretty consistent as well. So as far as the winner on this one, the fastest was the Worx. And it was also, the graph is off of time. I just put the distance in there as well. If you go off the distance, it ended up being the Hart was actually the closest, believe it or not. Here we have the Skil. It took a minute. It was 1:03 to complete the test. So with that being said, the winner for this test is the Bosch with 48 seconds. Like I said, I think the closest was the Craftsman at 54.08 seconds. I'm sorry, 54.38 seconds. Alright, so after a lot of testing, this is our conclusion of what we came up with. You got the worst to the best. These two actually tie for second, so I mean, it's up to you to decide which one you think would take second, but point-wise, they both tied. The Worx absolutely actually crushed everybody else with 5 points. The Craftsman and the Bosch both have 2 points. The Bauer and the Hart both have 1 point, and the Skil had 0, and because
the Skil was actually the lightest, just tool-wise, and even with the battery, it was still the lightest. But if you watch the video of the Skil on the Spade bit testing, it wasn't able to complete the testing without nuking itself. So therefore, that's why it got last. The Hart also had its problems. Anytime you put any pressure behind it and pull the trigger, it would just stop. You could switch directions. You could anything you did wouldn't work. The only way you could get the drill to work again was to take the battery out and put it back in. The Bauer pretty much done the same thing. Just with the Bauer, it wasn't. You couldn't take the battery out and put it back in. I mean, you could, but it didn't start until it wanted to start, or it was ready to start. So there in the video, you'd see me kind of just standing there waiting, pulling the trigger, just waiting until it decided to start working again. So that's, out of all these last three, they're all junk. They all had problems. And for the money, I mean, you can get one of these three options. I think you're a lot better off getting one of these three options. Like I said, the Bosch and the Craftsman, they both tied for second. They were all good. Didn't run into any big issues with any of these three drills. I will say with the Bosch, you do get a second battery, so that might be something to consider. And yeah, it's not really con, it's just a matter of preference. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of with the Bosch or the Worx is neither of them have the indicator on the battery to tell you how much battery life you have left, and that's like I said, it's not a deal killer, but it's just something I like to have. So here you have it. Like I said, the Worx Nitro takes first place out of all 6 of these drills. The Worx was also the most expensive. It was $84.26. But in this scenario, you get what you pay for. That is all. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any tools you'd like to see me test or any other tests you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments. If you could, like and subscribe. Also, comment anything that I can improve on. This is only my second video, so there's going to be errors, flaws, all that fun stuff. I can't improve unless you guys tell me what I'm messing up on. With that being said, thank you and have a great day.